Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. You'll see the West All-Stars and the East All-Stars. And it's the West All-Stars to start out. I'll look at the West All-Stars starting group. LeBron James is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Irving in at point guard. Takes a three. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
Boy, you're playing with fire anytime you leave somebody open on James' team. I mean, LeBron, his court vision, outstanding.
Now, here's George. And it's Irving with the rebound. And Leonard has it in the corner. Harden outside. To the inside. And then Durant with the jam.
And at nearly 7 feet tall, Durant is a prime-time threat to pound one down. Got to keep him away from the rim.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. About 1 minute into the first quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Walker drops in the layup for 2.
And, you know, Walker is really good at muscling his way through the defense. Tough to stop on the way up.
Pass to Leonard. And the rejection by Curry. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Lets it go from 14. Connects, the jumper drops.
Boy, I like how Antetokounmpo takes his time on these shots. No rush. Measures what he wants. That mid-range game, Jay, of his, really starting to get better.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. New players in now for the East. Thompson outside. And the pass to Beal. He dishes it to Davis. Fires for 3. And Bradley Beal with the 3.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Westbrook with it. 51 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Nice open look, but it's no good. The shot's good from Griffin.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Jokic. It's Russell with the drive. Oh, and here we go with Simmons. Nobody back. And Simmons slams it in.
Well, I love watching Simmons run the floor. So effortless and efficient in his movement.
And here's Westbrook. One second left, and the shot goes down.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. West All-Stars out in front, up by 4. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
I ain't said he never felt me. I don't really give a...
It's a moment when I saw God, I'm saying why.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen from the West All-Stars, what's your take so far?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Now Lowry, and a moment now to reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the West All-Stars, Bradley Beal is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Simmons. Then there's Towns. And it's Thompson in at the 3 slot. Beal the pass to Simmons. Now here's Beal. Lowry covering. Back to Lillard. The 3. Offensive rebound. Towns with the bucket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Westbrook after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. The shot by Lowry, no good. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Thompson finds Lillard. Here's Simmons. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, a Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole. Kevin, that's what made him. From Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. A big group substitution here for the East. Jokic has checked in for Vucevic. Paul George comes in for Chris Middleton. Curry's checked in for Russell Westbrook. And it's Russell in for Kyle Lowry. Blake Griffin hits them both. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Now here's Harden. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Outside Irving. For 3. Second shot opportunity. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Outstanding timing from Jokic there. Then the superb reach to wipe away the shot.
George looking over the floor. Outside Russell. A 3 ball. It's rebounded by Aldridge. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the West All-Stars. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. A shot by Harden. Wide open. Drains the three-pointer. Harden's got the lead up to 11 now for the West All-Stars.
And Harden's three-point accuracy is lethal. I mean, he gets his shot off with such ease and quickness.
Here's Griffin. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the West All-Stars holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Right back after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA. A competitive matchup for the West All-Stars in the first quarter. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the first period was 6 points. The second quarter was full of highlights for them. And as their play improved, so did their lead. They'll be carrying an 11-point edge into the second half. Shaq, let's get your take on the West All-Stars.
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. You know, that part of the game is pretty when it's going in. We've seen plenty of teams try that and fail. You got to have a balanced approach. And tonight, they found a ton of success inside. Basketball and championships are won inside out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on the East All-Star?
Poor efficiency on offense. That's what jumps out at me. You aren't going to win many games shooting under 35%. Bad shot selection.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. We've got Kemba Walker. Paul George is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Curry. And it's Embiid in at the 5. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars.
Walker possesses not only competitive spirit, but a really good basketball IQ. And if you give him too much room, even an inch, he'll pull the trigger.
Now the East All-Stars with it. 9-point game. They grab their own miss, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Force and intensity, that's what Joel Embiid brings to the glass.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. On the free throw, no good.
The big man is so skilled and has such an infectious personality. Joel Embiid is hard not to love. I mean, he just oozes that kind of attraction. And his potential, unlimited.
Outside for Curry. Clock at 6. And here's George for 3. Here's Embiid. Lays it up and banks it in. Embiid's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Irving from long range. East grabs the miss.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Here's George. That shot, no good. Now the West All-Stars the other way. Knocked loose. And so it looks like it'll be still with the West All-Stars. Chris Middleton's checked in for the East. Russell Westbrook comes in for Steph Curry. The West also making some changes. Thompson, he's checked in for Leonard. Beal comes in for James Harden. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Irving. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Durant, the pass to James. Count it, good.
Tell you what, if he's within shouting distance of the basket, he's going to get his buckets. You can count on that.
Westbrook feeling it out a bit. From deep, Walker. And he's good on the 3-ball. Walker's got 7 points.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Here's Beal. Lillard, right side. Durant trying to break free. And it's Lillard missing. Still anybody's game at this point.
And no question, this is when you really have to have trust on the floor with each possession.
Giannis against Lillard. Here's Giannis. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good.
Pick up the pace, get the 2 for 1 here.
That's the way to go. Be quick about it.
Thompson misses. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And the dunk by Giannis.
How about the springs of this guy, Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak? I mean, he just gets up off the ground like a rocket on these alley-oop chances.
James with it. Pass to KD. Great D that time from Giannis. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. West All-Stars lead by 2. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the floor for the West All-Stars, they've got Karl Anthony Towns. Simmons is out there with Thompson. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Beal in at the 2 spot. Simmons on the wing. Vucevic defending. Here's the break. To tie it up. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. That one on Thompson.
And after all that time, finally, they've been able to tie it up here in the fourth quarter. What a comeback and what a finish we have in store.
And their greatest enemy during that comeback was the clock, but they can finally stop worrying about time and start thinking about how to win this thing now.
The East making a switch. George is checked in. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Thompson. James Harden comes in for Bradley Beal. And Irving subbed in for Damian Lillard. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Inside, stolen by Harden. Right side, Irving. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
Lowry dishes to Westbrook. Over Harden. No good on that one. Now the West All-Stars the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. On the wing, Harden connects from 3-point range.
He's such a clutch shooter, Kevin. He just lives for the big shot.
The East All-Stars on offense, trailing by 4. Harden against Westbrook. Over Harden. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars. Towns has got 4 rebounds in this game. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. From deep, Harden. And it's the East with the rebound. Here's Griffin. And Simmons with the rebound. Simmons got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Simmons slams it in.
The quickness, the size, the speed of Simmons captivating, especially when he's dribbling the rock.
And the East All-Stars call time here. They're down by 6. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Catching up on the changes for the East. Embiid, he's checked in for Vucevic. Giannis comes in for Blake Griffin. Stephen Curry's checked in for Russell Westbrook. And Walker's subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, Dwayne Casey just going over the game plan with his team down the stretch. He told them they have to pick it up. He said there's no time like the present, fellas. Embrace the moment, and let's take back this game. See what they can do, Kevin.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Good on the triple.
There isn't anybody they trust more than Walker down the stretch. He's made so many big shots over the course of his career. Add another one to the list.
And it's Harden with the ball for the West All-Stars. They lead by 4.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
And, you know, the beard continues to impress, continues to get better, and MVP candidate seemingly every season. Now, I've got a question, though. How does he maintain the look of that beard?
What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
It falls. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
What confidence from Joel Embiid. Knocked that one down in a clutch situation.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
Shooting 2.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
You look at LeBron James, he's truly a remarkable talent. And every season he seems to add something else to his game. It's been fun watching him, and I'm not sure how much longer we're going to see him at this level. And that makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
And the East All-Stars call time here. They trail by 5. 20 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
Here's Walker off the inbound pass. Here's Curry, and it's sent back by KD.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots.
And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
2.
It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. As a matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing.
Knocks down the trifecta.
Boy, the competitive spirit and the assertiveness of Walker has never been lacking. He's got a lot of confidence in shooting the ball, even from way downtown.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. They're leading by 2. 7 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Unflappable. This guy relishes being the man to put the game away.
Floats it up for Giannis. Money!
And in addition to his great talent, Antetokounmpo has the reputation of being an outstanding leader as well. He's a clutch player who demands the ball in these situations. You love that.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. They're in front by 2. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul right there.
shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game. So a close game sees the West All-Stars taking this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother him. I mean, road team, home team.